Alright, I'm going in!
Hanazuki.
Episode 1, A Moonflower is Born. We open in space, which some experts believe to be the final frontier, but what do they know? That was my first joke, so I hope your expectations have been significantly lowered. An opening narration tells us about these beings called the Moonflowers, who are supposed to protect the moons of this galaxy from this evil black whatever it is. But apparently they suck at their jobs because...
Against this, though, we never win.
Sounds like quite the dire situation you got there. But could hope possibly arrive in the form of a plucky young protagonist? Then this flying, sleeping baby shows up and blows on a crystal with a flower on it, which causes it to float toward one of the aforementioned moons, and it buries itself in the ground, and out pops a rainbow, and our main character is born via a magical girl-esque transformation scene. I know a lot of weird stuff just happened, but are you all still on board?
I'm here!
Good, because it's gonna get weirder. This adorable little ragamuffin is our main character, Hanazuki, a young girl with an optimistic attitude and hair made of Oreos. But all that adorable optimism seems to frighten these cute little rabbit things as she tries to smother them with love just like any little girl would.
Oh, okay. No, it's fine. Reject me. No, I can handle the bitter sting of loneliness.
Okay, that line right there made me immediately love this character. Like, I wasn't completely sold on the show at first, but I found Hanazuki herself to be both entertaining and likable enough that I was willing to keep watching until things picked up, and in my opinion, that's a sign of a good main character. Plus, this is a show made by Hasbro, and as a toy company, I must say, they are definitely doing their job well, because I already want a plushie of this character, and oh! Wow, $24.99? Yeah, sorry, I'm too much of a cheapskate. Anyway, the weird sleeping baby thing returns and gives her a popsicle, like you do. And yes, I know it's called a treasure, but I don't care right now. Then he gives her the idea to grow it before he just kind of takes off. Yeah, right? Hanazuki tries to do what she thinks she's supposed to do, but it doesn't really work out, just like in real life.
If there's something I'm supposed to be doing, looks like I'm messing it up already.
You know, it's actually kind of an interesting setup when you think about it. Hanazuki is a young girl, born into a mysterious world, alone, struggling to figure out what her purpose is. But enough of that noise. Cute rabbits, yay! The little rascals return, and one of them takes a liking to Hanazuki's popsicle, so he decides to thief it, causing Hanazuki to give chase while admiring the wonderful world around her. And why not? It's a good-looking world. I'm a sucker for this sort of simplistic storybook art style, so I definitely think this show has a nice aesthetic, though I'm sure someone more knowledgeable about animation can write a nice 10-paragraph comment telling me why this show actually looks like crap. Which is fair. I mean, I'm not going to pretend I know what I'm talking about, so go ahead. Enlighten me. Maybe I'll learn something. Anyway, she chases it into a floating mouth, which warps her to another mouth somewhere else on the moon, and if you're still questioning things, just give up. You're not going to win.
Gotta admit, that exit could have been a lot worse.
Hey, you know what George Takei would say about that line? I'm asking. I don't know the man personally. She finds the red rabbit thing using the popsicle to try and get this rock off his house, so I guess he had good intentions. I mean, if I had a giant rock in my house, I wouldn't run up to a random stranger and steal their hammer, but hey, you do you. Hanazuki tries to help him out, though really it just looks like they're making things worse. But then the orange rabbit thing shows up and steals the popsicle, and the two of them ain't having any of that. So they decide to go after him and...
Oh, hey there, Red. I was just explaining to Orange here why he should hand that back so I can go...
Okay, let's talk about these guys for a minute. These are the Hemkas. They're the cute little side characters that make silly noises and are clearly designed to be a driving force in toy sales. I don't hate the Hemkas. Granted, they can be annoying at times, and I think they end up doing a few questionable things later down the road. But I still find these guys to be a bit more tolerable than some of the other characters that fall in this category. Still kind of annoying, but hey, as long as they aren't getting their own spin-off series, I think we'll be good. Anyway, the Hemkas continue to fight over the popsicle until Hanazuki eventually gets it back. And then I guess this one decides to take her on a guilt trip or something, I don't know.
Oh, poor guy. Are you sad because they all had turns with my treasure, but you didn't? Oh, don't cry. Look, I realize this is probably a huge mistake.
Then don't do it.
Knew it.
Oh wow, the thing you knew was gonna happen happened. I have no sympathy for you. Anyway, the rest of them chase after the blue one until he ends up falling into a crevice. Well, ain't that just the pits?
No!
I don't have to impress you. Things look bad for the little blue troublemaker, but luckily the Hemkas are able to Voltron themselves into many different forms, and yes, Voltron is a verb now. They make themselves into a ladder to help out their friend, only to go back to fighting over the popsicle. This makes Hanazuki mad as the white parts of her design turn red, causing her to take on the edgiest color scheme of them all. She goes off on her own to try and fix that house, but the little furballs actually feel bad and decide to help her out.
Oh, hooray! You all came! You're not self-absorbed, selfish jerks after all!
Give it time. They manage to get the rock off the house and decide that they should try and move it to a safer location. But it seems one of them didn't get the memo to not be a selfish jerk, and you know what they say, one bad apple toasts toast! Oh wait, I mixed it up with something else. Anyway, the Hemkas start fighting over the popsicle again, which leads to Hanazuki becoming totally ticked.
Seriously? Is this the world you want to live on? Where you treat each other like this over stuff? Because to be completely honest, I'd like to live someplace a little better than that. What I do?
Something political joke. The Hemkas once again feel guilty for causing this person they've known for about 10 minutes to feel such anger. So they finally come together to move that house, and the power of teamwork saves the day. How about that? The yellow one even gives the popsicle back to Hanazuki, which causes it to turn red as well. And fueled by Hanazuki's rage towards these obnoxious throw pillows, the popsicle ends up growing into an angry tree. Hot diggity.
That is not something you see every day.
Or maybe it is, I don't know. Again, I've only been alive for about 10 minutes. The celebration is interrupted, though, as the sleeping baby thing shows up to drop off another treasure, and Hanazuki asks him a rather important question.
What's my name, anyway? Ooh, yeah, I didn't catch that.
I think he said Hanazuki.
Ah, good thing the pyramid speaks that thing's language. Also good thing the pyramid speaks. Pyramid with a face is my favorite character. But we're not done yet, as we discover the tree she grew was actually able to ward off the evil black whatever it is we saw at the beginning, and the girl who did the opening narration watches from afar.
Looks like the newbie got lucky. It happens. Here's the thing about luck, though. It runs out.
Ooh, looks like somebody's jealous. Ha ha ha! Everything she ever knew and loved is dead. The celebration is interrupted, though, as the sleeping baby thing